Today I'm going to be answering one of your art questions. Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. I have a frequently asked questions page over on my website, and if you cannot find the answer to your question there is a link that goes to my Q&A page, and you can submit your own question there. Today's question comes from Odette, who writes, I just wanted to say thanks for the videos you send and ask, does studying human anatomy help drawing or painting better whenever you do human figures? Sincerely, Odette. With art, I think the more you know about any subject, the easier it's going to be for you to render that subject. One of the reasons that I like painting and drawing birds so much is I am so familiar with their feathers. Growing up, my mom raised macaws and lovebirds, so I got to hand feed a lot of these little baby birds, which means my hands were on feathers all the time. I am so familiar with the way that the feathers are, the down feathers, the flight feathers, all of that. I have such a complete understanding of how that goes together that it makes it a lot easier for me to render them realistically in my paintings and drawings. If I'm going to be painting or drawing an animal or a subject that I'm not that familiar with, I like to look up documentaries on YouTube on that subject. You can get a feel for how the animal moves, if it's an animal you're painting, how it looks when it sits, how the light hits certain areas. I mean, you can get so much information just by studying. I mean, even if it's only taking 30 minutes to study that subject, getting a better understanding of that subject will help you, I think anyway, render the subject more accurately. Because it helps you to notice things you might not have noticed otherwise. And I think this is definitely the case in anatomy. If you know what is under the skin, if you understand the bone and muscular structure, it's going to make it so much easier for you to draw that and paint that and make it look very realistic. So yes, I think studying human anatomy can be a huge benefit to portrait artists. My next question today, is it okay to make copies of a drawing and sell them? Should the copies be less expensive than the original? I love your artwork and also watching your videos on YouTube. Thanks. Oh, thanks. Now, if you mean repainting an original, I painted this painting and I sold it and somebody else wants it now, and so I'm going to repaint the exact same thing, I don't recommend doing that. I don't think it's good practice. This is something that we see coming out of China a lot, where they mass produce the same painting again and again and again. These artists, some of them are phenomenal, but they're just making the same thing over and over again, and I think that it does drive down the value of each one of those paintings significantly. Whoever bought the original painting that it's supposed to be a one-of-a-kind painting is probably not going to be happy if you're painting the same thing again. Now, you can paint something similar. So let's say I've got this idea with the rainbow kind of color in the background for the trees. I could paint a different bird, a different type of owl, or even the same owl in a different position. That I think is totally okay. Then you're working more on a series, a group of paintings that kind of fits together, that are very similar and have elements that run through all of those paintings. That is okay, but to try to do the same exact thing, besides the fact that it is a great way to burn yourself out as an artist, oh my gosh, let me tell you how much it sucks trying to repaint the same thing over and over again. I've had to do it for different events that I've been involved in. But yeah, I don't think it's a good habit to get into. Now, if you mean making prints of the original work, somebody who wants to buy a poster of this, that is totally okay. There is nothing wrong with that. That will not drive down the value of the original artwork in any way, because they're two different things. You've got an original one-of-a-kind painting that only one person can own, and then you've got prints that lots of people get to buy. Those prints are going to cost a lot less, or you're going to want to sell them for a lot less than you do your original. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I'm critiquing your original paintings or drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, social media tips for artists each Thursday, and artist vlogs every weekend. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. So you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Google+. All of those social media sites are linked below in the video description, where you can keep up with news, my newest work, and see real-time clips of whatever it is I'm currently working on. I'll see you guys in a few days.